going. Gains first down and more at the 30-yard line. Finally brought down at the 28-yard line.
Hello and welcome back to Pleasant Grove Sports Network. I'm Zane Grothy, joined with
Cade Walcott.
and we are here for the Pleasant Grove Vikings taking on the Wasatch Wasps. Pleasant Grove coming into this game being 2-4 overall and 2-1 in region, as Wasatch being 3-3 overall and 1-2 in region. Also want to give a quick thank you to the Wasatch admin for letting us come down and use the booth. As Cade, you commentated last game. I was unfortunately not able to make it to that game. What did you see from that game that Pleasant Grove can bring into this game and have the chance to win?
Last game, Pleasant Grove came out really explosive in the first half and second half. They didn't leave anything on the field, and they had a few good kick returns and punt returns that helped them set up good field position.
I agree, and I think something maybe that Pleasant Grove can maybe do is Connor Ibarra, good quarterback, and he's fast. He could, honestly, if he had to, he could probably be a running back for our team. I think he needs to maybe stay in the pocket just a little bit longer as rolling out. We've seen a few times it is messed up with Pleasant Grove quite a bit. As for Pleasant Grove winning last game against Spanish Fork 42-28, and Wasatch winning or losing against Orem 45-3. This is Wasatch's homecoming game, and as captains are now on the field seeing who gets coin toss, as refs talking to all the captains out there just getting ready to take the coin.
Yeah, going off Zane's comment about Connor, I feel like the offensive line is we're very short on guys right now. We're missing a few guys, and they're beat up pretty bad, so that a few guys won't be playing this game, but let's hope Connor can stay in there and stay in the pocket.
Exactly. And Michael Llewellyn getting a pretty bad concussion 2 weeks ago against Maple Mountain. Pleasant Grove ended up winning that game, but that was a big hit. He was down for quite a while, and coming back today, only taking a 2-week break off of the concussion, which I think is crazy. But if he can come back and play, might as well let him.
Yeah, I think it's pretty crazy because Michael, I talked to him, and he's had lots of concussions throughout playing football. So let's see if he can stay healthy in this game and for the rest of the season.
Yeah, 100%. As I did not see who won coin toss, as I don't want to just make an estimated guess, but
kick off for Pleasant Grove. Going to the left, Wasps returning to the right. And we're off. Looks like a returnable ball hits the Wasatch kids' hands and goes into the end zone.
Something I've also realized with TJ Ashby's kicks is he gets it just short enough to where they have to return it. And I think that's been so effective. And TJ Ashby is also a soccer player, which makes it even better. He knows when he has the leg to go powerful and he has the leg to go soft, which I think making any team being forced to return it is probably the right option, especially in high school.
Yeah, it gives a big advantage to Pleasant Grove. And there's a flag. It looks like it's on Wasatch. A false start. Yeah, false start on the Vikings. Not a good way to start out the game.
As the quarterback for handing it off.
Tackle by the number 4, Bo Goodman. Got him pretty much at the line of scrimmage there.
Bradley calls for the ball, fakes the handoff. Bradley taking himself up the line as a huge gain for Wasatch getting
Down, Cohen Vose saved a touchdown there.
Cash Combs.
That was a screen pass there. Didn't look like much.
Vikings defense moving around, hands it off again. Going up the middle, not a gain of much as we look for the entire game.
Yeah, Wasatch has only passed once so far. Has had about, I think, 3 runs. So
Twins on the right, singles on the left. Vikings line almost jumping off sides, going deep, or not deep, going short to the intended receiver, number 6 again, Cash Combs.
it's 4th down for the Wasps. About 4 yards to go. And they're going for it.
As Bradley was trying to get Vikings to jump off sides, didn't work. Having to look at the offensive coach to get a new play call. Bradley looking right to the intended receiver, number 12, Ike Mitchell, as that one cannot be completed, as Adam Wright almost coming down with the interception.
Went right through Adam Wright's hands. I don't think he was expecting that number 12 to miss that ball, but turnover on downs. Vikings with a 1st down.
As Connor Ybarra coming out to take control of the offense for the Vikings. Puts a man in motion, running it up the middle.
It's Cohen Vose.
As Bo Goodman, number 4, saw a little bit of offense, just barely.
I've never seen this from the Vikings. Bo hasn't really been in on offense, but
And on Max Preps, he's only listed as a linebacker. As putting Cohen Bones in motion, Connor Ybarra looking to Ryder Huntsman. Ryder Huntsman with the huge gain for the Vikings, picking up the first down.
Connor Ibarra and Ryder Huntsman have connected this season for lots of yards. Ryder is one of Connor's top receivers.
As Connor Ibarra handing it off to Cohen Bones. Cohen Bones breaks free. And that is another huge gain for the Vikings. Connor Ibarra handing it off again to Cohen Vose. Cohen Vose going absolutely nowhere on the run play as now it looks like Tavake Wolfgram coming in for number 6, Cohen Vose.
See what the Vikings choose to do here on 2nd and 10.
Connor Ibarra looking left to number 9 in the first quarter with only 8 minutes still in the first quarter. As that is huge for the Vikings. As Adam Wright just having a perfect straight shot.
Perfect pass by Connor Ibarra.
As the kick for the Vikings is good. By number by number 95. Dude.
Joaquin Oberhansley.
I was not gonna even attempt to say that name.
He's made a few really long kicks this season. Last game he made a 40-yard. 7-0.
As Pleasant Grove coming off of last game, obviously we talked about it a little bit earlier, beating Spanish Fork for the and that was Pleasant Grove's homecoming game, beating Spanish Fork 42-28. Pleasant Grove's coming off that game with a lot of momentum coming into this game.
TJ Ashby to kick off for the Vikings. It's a good kick by TJ Ashby out of the end zone.
As number 9, Joseph Bradley, getting ready to take control of the offense. As Bradley hands it off, or fakes the handoff, he got me tricked out.
Yeah, I was watching number 23 to the outside, but he didn't keep it. Quarterback kept it.
Singles on the right, Twins on the left. Bradley fakes the handoff, looking left to the intended receiver, number 18, Lance Simpson.
Cannon Smith was right there. Looks like that receiver heard Cannon and just dropped the ball. Cannon might have got a hand in there, but I didn't see anything.
As the Wasps lining up in the same formation, putting the man in backfield on in a motion as Bradley looking for number 1, Drexton Morris. As Morris picking up a little bit there, but not enough for the Wasps, as that is going to bring out the special teams unit for the Wasps.
Yeah, the Wasps the last few games have run that screen pass perfectly, and that time the Vikings stopped them.
As the kicker for the Wasps, number 26, Mateo Willis. As Dexton Nuttall calling for the fair catch, as Dexton Nuttall drops it. As Dexton Nuttall almost getting that called for a fumble. As that will bring out the offense for the Vikings, as Katie talked about a little bit earlier. Connor Ybarra and Ryder Huntsman have connected quite a bit throughout the season, as Ryder Huntsman leading receiving yards on the team with averaging 72 yards a game. And behind Ryder is Rocky Wilcox with 47.3, as Rocky Wilcox listed as a tight end, Ryder Huntsman listed as a receiver and a safety.
This Pleasant Grove offense.
As Connor out of the backfield and cannot go anywhere. As
Forrest Pointer and Drew Jensen sub in.
whoa, as I just completely froze, as number 13 on the play, Drew Jensen, getting the pass thrown to him, as not making much, as a man for the Vikings is on the ground.
It's like a lineman is down there. Not sure who. That's not a good sign for the Vikings.
As coming off the field, number 58, Linford McBride, as he was on the ground for a little bit, as he walked off the field by himself. Hopefully he's okay and can return. As Pleasant Grove trying to make something happen here, getting up on the board even more, putting Adam Wright in motion, handing it off to Adam Wright, as Adam Wright can't get the handoff off. And Wasatch will bring that all the way. Number 10, Ashton Nord picking the fumble off, as Adam Wright cannot get it to Ryder Huntsman, as it is slapped away from Ashton Nord to put the Wasps on the board.
That just bounced right into his hands, and he took it to the house. Looks like Pleasant Grove was trying to do a reverse, but just didn't work out.
As now Wasatch has themselves on the board and has the chance here to tie the game. As number 42 for the Wasps, not listed on Max Preps, so just call him by his number. As the kick is good, and that will tie the game up 7-7 with 5 minutes left to play in the first quarter.
The Vikings just gave up that fumble recovery. I'm not sure what to think about that. Just kind of took my breath away. I don't know. Just looks like Carter Wilkes was coming back from the reverse and just looked like he just dropped it. Ethan Passy and Dexton Nuttall to return this kick.
As the kick for Wasatch going short. Forcing the Vikings to bring it out as Dexton Nuttall staying up on his feet. As Dexton Nuttall loses the ball. And I believe the ball rolled out of bounds before Wasatch could pick it up. As that is gonna keep the Vikings offense on the field just barely, as Dexton Nuttall could not hold on to the ball.
That would have been tragic for the Vikings, fumbling on the kickoff and giving the Wasps pretty good position if the Wasps would have got that back.
Singles on the right, Twins on the left. Connor Ibarra fakes the handoff to Tavake Wolfgram and tries to pitch it off, and Pleasant Grove fumbling the ball and giving Wasatch the ball again off of another fumble. Grove they got themselves on the board. I can't say they're not playing good, but those two fumbles are not doing them any good right now.
Yeah, I don't know what that play was there. It looked like a fake handoff flip forward. Not sure what happened there, but
as Bradley looking to the left, looking deep, and is broken up by number 3, Derek Brenton.
it's good defense by Derek there, right behind him. Just not far enough throw by the quarterback.
Same formation for the Wasps, as Bradley decides he wants to hand it off, and the running back for the Wasps, number 21, Logan Duncan, not going anywhere.
Bo Goodman in on the tackle there. Nice wrap up. Now it's 3rd and 10 for the
as the defensive line for the Vikings switching around. Bradley fakes the handoff, looking to the left, as number 0, Dexton Nuttall, is going to push the intended receiver out of bounds.
Now it's 4th and about 4.
As the Wasps are going to go for it, try to go for the second. As this is going to be the second time the Wasps go. As Bradley calls for the once again and running up the middle. As number 23, Ben Brand, running it up the middle for the Wasps, getting the first down.
Yeah, the Wasps are 1 for 2 on 4th down conversions.
Probably looking right, as that one just a little too high for the intended receiver, number 83, Wyatt Washburn.
Looks like he's a sophomore for the Wasps.
As it looks like a good amount, at least towards the bottom of their list, it looks like a good amount of Wasatch's roster is pretty much all sophomores.
Yeah, it looks like a young team. There's lots of sophomores, not very much seniors, a few juniors, but mostly sophomores.
As now the Wasps have themselves in great field position. As Bradley faking the handoff, taking himself on the right side as number 24, Ryder Huntsman, comes down with the tackle on Joseph Bradley.
Wasps start driving here. Let's see if the Vikings can put up a stop.
As Bradley handing it off again, just right up the middle to number 21, Logan Duncan. As the Wasps are really loving this running play, as it's been working for them quite a lot this game.
Looks like Logan Duncan is also a sophomore. It's like a very young team for the Wasps.
Very young team as Bradley dropping back, looking into the end zone, and almost picked off by number 9, Adam Wright, as it just slipped out of his hands.
It's like the field goal unit coming on for the Wasps.
As the intended receiver on that play, number 6, Cash Combs, Cash Combs. It's either Cash or Catchy. One of the two. As it is Cash, and the kick for Wasatch is good, as that gives the Wasps the lead in the game, being up 14-7 with 2 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Oh, 10-7, sorry. As for some reason I thought the Wasps scored.
See if the Vikings can hold on to the ball. Looks like we've had a little bit of problem the past two. Past kick return and during the offense, just couldn't hold on. It's like a weird formation by the Wasps kickoff here. Let's see what they do. Dexton Noto with the return, number 0, with a good return there. Looks like it's about the 36. Dexter Nuttall showed off his speed there.
As just a little bit, I feel like me and Coleman have talked about it a little bit in past games. Pleasant Grove, we've seen it a lot where, especially towards the beginning of the season, it was just flag call after flag call after flag call. And we haven't been seeing that much, but from just the 2 fumbles this game that we've already had, that has cost the Vikings a touchdown, as Connor Ibarra looking to the left to number 22.
Carter Wilkes on the catch. Looks like that's a gain of about 7.
As Connor Ibarra handing that one off to number 1, Tavake Wolfgram.
Good run by Tavake. Got the Vikings at first.
As Connor Ibarra looking to Ryder Huntsman. Ryder Huntsman absolutely going nowhere, as 3 people on Wasatch going down on Ryder Huntsman. Now a man on the field is injured, as he is getting up, as he is okay. Number 55, Daniel Hola.
Vikings lost about 5 there.
Connor Ibarra handing it off again to Tavake Wolfgram, being able to get out of it. As Tavake Wolfgram gets to spin, as Wolfgram barely not being able to break the tackle.
Tavake Wolfgram's also a sophomore for the Vikings. Both teams pretty young. Vikings have a few more seniors than the Wasps, but
as Wolfgram not being able to pick up the first down, and now another man for the Vikings is down on the 2 people on the Vikings down on the field.
you never really see this. 2 people hurt at the same time. I wonder if they hit into each other or something. Not looking good for the Vikings. Looks like 2 linemen down. The Vikings are already short of linemen, but now they'll be even shorter if they don't go back in the game. Easton Rollins and Linford McBride hurt on that play. It looks like Linford's limping off the field. Doesn't look like he can put any weight on his leg. Easton Rollins out. I think it was last week with a concussion. Let's hope Easton's head is okay. Vikings come out in empty formation. Connor Ibarra in the backfield as at quarterback. The 4th down for the Vikings.
Tavake Wolfgram going in motion. Connor Ibarra being able to get out of the backfield as he as he didn't throw and is a loss of yards for Connor Ybarra.
Wasatch Wasps brought everyone there. Just everyone in the backfield. Connor couldn't get away.
As Wasatch will have 20 seconds to try to be able to make it down the field into the end zone, or at most get a field goal. As Bradley handing it off, and Bo Goodman coming down with another tackle, as Goodman being able to tackle number 23, Ben Brand, as Brand has been doing a lot for the Wasps so far, trying to be able to run the ball as much as possible, as the Wasps are just going to, as the Wasps will just let the clock run out. As the final score in the first quarter, Pleasant Grove 7, Wasatch 10. Cade, what is something you've seen from both teams that either need to be fixed or keep going on?
I think for the Vikings, they need to hold on to the ball a little better. Their defense has been pretty much unstoppable. I mean, offense has put them in pretty bad position, but they've battled back and battled pretty much.
I agree 100%. As, like you said, the Vikings just need to hold on to the ball. And Wasatch, it's working, but it's also not working. Their run play, as I feel like we've seen very little passing from the Wasps this game, as the Wasps offense coming out in the second quarter, and Pleasant Grove's defense coming out, as it's high school ball and NFL are completely different. I almost have to say I feel bad for the players on high school football that have to play both sides of the ball constantly, as that's just going to get everyone tired, like Dexton Nuttall and Ryder Huntsman and Adam Wright, just like the main factors of the team, as Bradley hands it off to number 23, Ben Brand, as Brand tripping over his feet, but being able to stay up for just a couple more yards.
Yeah, not sure how he stayed up there, but managed to get an extra 5 yards just by staying on his feet. Wasps run it. The Vikings stop them there. Looks like stops them right on the line. It's fourth down. Fourth and about, I think, 4. Fourth and 3. Wasps staying out on the field, going for this fourth down. Already went for 2, but 1 for 2 on fourth downs.
Singles on the right, triplets on the left, as Bradley trying to make the throw and is broken up by number 44, Maddox Webb.
Maddox Webb has been a big factor on this D-line. He's been playing great all season. Maddox Webb's a senior D-end. He's a monster on the line.
100%.
Good defense by Maddox Webb. Gave the Vikings a first down. Made a good turn for the Vikings.
Connor Barr fakes the handoff, looking left to Ryder Huntsman. Ryder Huntsman now, as Ryder Huntsman fakes the throw and will try to run it up the field.
Looks like they were trying to do a double pass there to Rocky Wilcox. Ryder caught the pass and was about to pass it to Rocky Wilcox, but he was not open. So Ryder just decided to keep it.
As number 88, Landon Force Pointer comes in for number 6, Cohen Vose. Cohen Vose.
Landon Force Pointer is also a sophomore. Been a pretty big factor in this Viking offense. He's involved. Tavake Wolfgram with the run up the middle. And just gets nothing there.
The runs this game for both teams have not been consistent. It's either a gain for a lot, gain for little to nothing, or just a gain of nothing.
Yeah, Pleasant Grove's main running back during the offseason tore his ACL and his meniscus. Donovan Delaney, that is, put Tavake Wolfgram pretty much to starter, and he's been doing a great job so far.
As Rocky Wilcox goes into motion, Connor Barr trying for the ball. Connor fakes the throw, taking himself up the field. As Connor Barr will get the first down for the Vikings. Now Vikings have the momentum to go down even more to the field.
Connor kept it there. The pocket was collapsing, and he just made a good choice. Kept it. Got about 10.
As Connor Barra looking for number 24 Ryder Huntsman. As number 24 on the loss now, Will Walton breaking up the throw, not allowing Ryder Huntsman to make.
Will Wallen is also a sophomore for the Wasps. Been saying this a lot, but they're a pretty young team. Looks like timeout for the Vikings. Vikings back on offense for 2nd and 10. Going to the right.
As Connor Barra looking to see if anyone's on the field, and no one was, and taking it himself, being able to juke once to the left, but not being able to get anywhere else.
Good juke by Connor Ibarra. Decided to keep it and not pitch. Looked like it was a good choice.
As our producer said, it was a gain of 4, so if I said it wrong, it's on his fault. Oh, he said 5. I originally said 4, so that's on our producer. As Connor Barra almost gets the Wasatch line to jump off sides.
Looks like Wasatch was about to bring lots of pressure there.
Pitch a little high, but not high enough. As Landon Force Pointer being able to take it all the way into the end zone. As Ryder Huntsman being able to pass it to Landon Force Pointer to put Vikings on the board again, as that was just an amazing play call, an amazing pass by Connor Barra, and an amazing run from Landon Force Pointer. Landon really putting on the Jets there, being able to take it all the way to the house.
It's pretty much the same route as Adam Wright's first touchdown. Landon Force Pointer's first touchdown of the season. He's a sophomore. Just turning on the Jets there. Joaquin Oberhansley to kick. Looks like Dion Felix running out on the field. Must have not heard kickoff or field goal. Looks like a timeout for the Vikings. The play clock must have ran down enough that they didn't want a chance getting a penalty.
Yeah.
Keen Oberhensley to kick. Drake Stanley to hold.
As the kick is good, putting Vikings in the lead by 4, 14-10. As now Vikings have the momentum they need to be able to make plays on defense and offense.
Aiden Carrere to kick off for the Vikings. Looks like TJ Ashby's not out there.
As the Wasatch return by number 6, Cash Combs.
It's like Cash Combs has been a big part of their offense today. They've targeted him, and he's a returner, so.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's maybe something that the Vikings defense needs to look towards is being able to lock down Cash Combs and sing those opposite way. I mean, you brought it up a little bit earlier, Cade. Connor Ybarra and Ryder Huntsman being able to connect a lot throughout this season, and they're for what people might call them a dynamic duo, and it's maybe just one of those things where Wasatch has got to look out for that. As Bradley looking to the right to the intended receiver, number 18, Lance Simpson.
Second and 2 for Wasatch. Need 2 more yards for a first.
As Bradley is going to hand it off again for the first down. As number 22, I believe. 23, Ben Brand. As Ben Brand on Max Preps isn't even listed as a running back. As Bradley looking to the right. As that play going absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, I wonder if Max Preps is right. If he's just filling in for running back this game, or if he is actually a running back.
I have no idea. Right above him is number 22, Kason Medina. I didn't even see that D. Thank you. I just feel embarrassed now. Just gonna stop. As Bradley looking to the left. Bradley throwing it deep to number 18 as Wasatch just has such an easy touchdown. Number 18, Lance Simpson, as no one was on Simpson at all and was just wide open.
Pretty much walked in the touchdown there. He didn't have anyone for like 15 yards.
As 100% that's had to be a miscommunication from the Vikings. And the Wasps definitely saw that, and just Bradley just threw it deep to Simpson, and it worked out as Simpson was just wide open.
Yeah, not sure what happened there for the Vikings. Usually the Vikings don't mess up like that, but not sure. And the kick is good for the Wasps. Wasps are up 17-14, up by 3.
And I mean, we talked, I said it I believe last quarter. It's those simple mistakes. As I'm gonna say it again, like towards the start of the season when I was with Coleman, it was those simple mistakes. Like we saw a bunch of flags called on the Vikings that it cost them game after game. And now it's just simple mistakes like these. I mean, we've seen 2 fumbles already, and now the defense leaving a man wide open for a touchdown, as you cannot let that happen. As it's just those simple mistakes that have to be fixed, and once they're fixed, it's gonna snap like that, and everything will be good for the Vikings.
Yeah, simple mistakes could cost them the whole game. Let's hope they can fix those. Dexton not on Ethan Passy to return. It's like Ethan Passy catches it in the end zone and will not be able to return that. Pleasant Grove will take the ball at the 20-yard line. Vikings, Rocky Wilcox in motion. Connor Ibarra snap. Sits in the pocket, throws. And that ball is incomplete. Intended to Ryder Huntsman. Second and 10 for the Vikings.
As Ybarra looking to the right. Ybarra going deep to number 22.
Carter Wilkes. That's a huge catch for Carter Wilkes. He's a junior. That's a huge gain for the Vikings.
As Connor Ibarra hands it off to number 1, Tavake Wolfgram. Tavake Wolfgram not being able to stay on his feet. As Connor Ibarra fakes the handoff to number 1, Tavake Wolfgram. Now Ryder Huntsman trying to go somewhere absolutely nowhere. As number 10 for the Wasps coming out to sack.
It's a good tackle by Ashton Nord. I think that was a loss of I wouldn't doubt it if the Vikings come out with a pass here.
Yeah.
3rd and long. Looks like another timeout for the Vikings. Five minutes and 19 seconds to go. Vikings 3rd and 9. Third and 9 for Pleasant Grove. Empty back.
As Connor Ibarra stepping up in the pocket. Connor Ibarra not taking himself and taking somewhat of a hard hit and now just trying to stay on his feet as 4 Wasatch players just sitting on Connor Ibarra, as that could definitely not feel good on his arm as he's holding his arm a little bit, trying to rub everything out.
Yeah, it looks like he hurt his wrist a little there. Let's hope Connor's okay. He's a big factor for the Vikings, and that would be terrible if he was out.
As Connor Ibarra now is going to take a little break on the sideline, now bringing in number 12, Drake.
Drake Stanley, oh, that's a fumble.
As Drake loses it and is now a fumble, and the Wasps will recover the fumble.
That snap was over Drake's head. I don't even think he could get there. Just a bad.
Right as Drake comes in, immediately fumble. As you said, though, it was just a bad snap. Nothing Drake could really do there. That was just way above his head.
That's devastating for the Vikings. Puts the Wasps in good field position with the Wasps leading. Wasps get the ball on the 37-yard line and go into the left. Vikings defending. There's a flag on the play. Looks like it's delay of game on the Wasps. Oh, false start on the Wasps. I'll bring them back 5. It's 1st and 15. Screen pass to number 1. Drexton Morris. Listed as a tight end and Dion on max preps, but he was a wide receiver out on that play. 2nd down for the Wasps.
As Bradley looking to the right, as the Wasps will pick up a decent gain.
It's like a 1st down for the Wasps. Wasps start driving. Another screen pass. Broke a tackle, but not much to gain there.
As Bradley hands it off, thinking about maybe faking it for a second, but just goes with the handoff to number 23, Ben Brand, as I knew his name, but I also didn't know his name at the same time.
Yeah, the Wasps mainly have just, they've thrown one deep ball, but they've gone with the screen pass and the run a lot.
A lot of it for Wasps right now is just running it for the offensive side of it, as almost picked off by number
21, Cannon Smith. If he would have picked that off, he would have been to the house, but just decided to swat it down there. It's 4th and 8 for the Wasps. The field goal unit comes out. This will be about a 40-yarder. Number 42 to kick. It snapped. And it's no good. It had the distance, but wasn't there. It was to the left. That's a great thing for the Vikings, for number 42 to miss that kick. The Vikings offense back. See if the Vikings can put together something here. Put together a score.
As Drake Stanley's still in, as Drake not being able to get the most accurate pass to number 32, Rocky Wilcox.
Drake, his first 2 plays, hasn't, the first one, the ball went over his head. The second, an incomplete pass. Let's see if Drake can fix whatever's wrong there.
I mean, Drake also definitely has the pressure on him. I mean, he's gotten little to no playing time on varsity, making his first debut, I believe, the homecoming game for the Vikings against Spanish Fork.
Yeah, Drake did very well last week. And I think he's been in a little bit when Connor needs a break, but he did really well last week against Spanish. Not sure what's happening on the field. Looks like there's a mix-up, but trips to the left.
Trips to the left, singles on the right. Man in backfield puts Rocky Wilcox in motion. Drake calls for the ball, looking to the right, trying to look for Wilcox. Now Drake just trying to get it out of the way, and is swatted out of bounds by number 13. I believe it was number 13.
Teague Fritsch.
Fritsch, yeah.
Third and 10 for the Vikings. Empty. Screen pass to Cohen Vos. Doesn't get anything there. Maybe a yard. 4th down for the Vikings. Timeouts. Timeout for Wasatch. Not sure why the Wasps called a timeout there. 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Maybe they saw something that we didn't, but timeout Wasps. Derek Brinton to punt. Cohen Vose to snap. Vikings lining up. Looks like they'll punt it. Jake Bills and Tavake Wolfgram at gunners. Good punt by Derek Brinton past the 50, and it takes a good Vikings roll. Not sure why number 18 dived on that, but number 18, Lance Simpson, caught a touchdown earlier in this game. Set Vikings up for good defensive field position.
As Bradley dropping back now, going short to the intended receiver, number 23, Ben Brand. As you talked about it a little bit, Cade, Brand being one of the main factors as of right now for the Wasps offense.
Yeah, it looked like a holding on Jake Bills at safety. Looked like he was getting held from the back. That's another Wasps.
Drexton Morris. As Bradley looking to the left now, taking it up the pocket, being able to get another Wasps first down and a little more. As Bradley being able to turn on the Jets there, and he's done that a little bit, and he's shown off his speed. Reminding me, honestly, a little bit of a situation with Connor Ybarra. I mean, he knows when to roll out, and if he rolls out, both quarterbacks know they can make something out of it, as they kind of both shown they could kind of play running back if they really had to. As Bradley looking to the right, as number 6, Cash Combs, does complete the pass.
Combs has been a big factor in this game. Second and 1 for the Wasps.
As flags on the play, Bradley's still getting take it himself, taking it up on the right side, going out of bounds towards the Wasp sideline.
Bradley's pretty fast. He can use his feet very well. Past few plays he's used them, but at the beginning of this game didn't really use them. I feel like that could be an asset for the Wasps. It was a false start on the Wasps. That'll be 2nd and 6.
Please stop calling timeout. I freaking hate you, coach. As Wasatch calling their second timeout of the half, not only going in the one timeout with the rest of the second quarter left to play. I mean, there's only 40 seconds left, but only having one timeout could be not ideal at all for the Wasps.
The Vikings used all their timeouts. The Wasps just called that one. The Vikings have no more timeouts for the half.
As Bradley now got to take control of the offense, having 40 seconds left, one timeout left in the half. As Bradley going to look short, and number 3 on Pleasant Grove, Derek Brinton, being able to break the pass that Bradley was trying to get off, as that pass would have been huge would have been huge for the Wasps.
Jake Bills almost intercepted that one. Very close, but couldn't get there. It's 3rd and 6 for the Wasps.
As Bradley looking at receiver on that play, I believe, is number 6. And we talked about it earlier, he's one of the biggest factors on the team right now, as Bradley just going to look for the end zone, going deep to Cash Combs. As that pass will be incomplete.
Good defense by Adam Wright and Jake Bills there. Adam forced that incompletion.
As Bradley probably just going to look for the end zone once again. As he goes short to Ben Brand, number 23.
7 seconds on the clock. Just trying to get some yards so they could bring in their field goal unit. Got another first there on a screen pass. To kick number 42 for the Wasps. It's about another 40 or 36 yards. He missed the last one at 40. Let's see if he can make this one. It's up. And it's good for the Wasps. With 2 seconds left on the clock, the Wasps are up 20-14. About to go into halftime. Good momentum for the Wasps. Let's see how the Vikings respond on the kick return here. Only 2 seconds left on the clock. The Vikings will only be able to return the ball, and that will be pretty much it. Wasps have a weird kickoff formation. They've done this every kickoff. See if they change anything here or keep it the same.
That hot dog looks so good.
As the kick by number 13, Tegan Fritchie. As now Pleasant Grove is going to have no time to do anything. Going into halftime, Wasatch Wasps 20, Pleasant Grove Vikings 14, as both teams have been able to move the ball quite a bit. The running game has been strong for both teams. I said it a little bit earlier. I mean, nothing's ever really going to be consistent, but I mean, especially for the Vikings right now, it's gain of a little bit, gain of a little bit or nothing, or gain just absolutely nothing, or just going backwards. And another thing that I've talked about a little bit earlier in the season is he's doing good, so I'm not going to really go on it as I have before. Connor Barr got to stay in the pocket just a little bit longer. I mean, you said it earlier, Kate. I mean, Pleasant Grove is down linemen, and it's hard to stay in the pocket when our lineman isn't at our strongest, or Pleasant Grove's strongest suit right now, as that obviously is going to make Connor roll out just a little bit faster than he wants to. As also Linford McBride, don't believe he's going to come back to the game, as he's on crutches with his knee. wrapped up all in ice. As Kay, do you have anything you want to say before we go into halftime?
The Vikings kind of just fell off that second quarter. I mean, I think they scored their second touchdown and then kind of just went flat. I think the Vikings need to come out fast and strong going into the second half.
100%. As we will see you as the third quarter kicks off.
So here's the recap of the Region 5-7 football. Orem and Tenview are tied at 7-3. Spanish Forks winning Payson big, 28-7. Springville's beating Maple Mountain 7-0. And I think that's it.
Thanks, Asher, on that halftime report. Asher, what do you think from the game so far? What can the Vikings do to improve?
Not fumble the football as often.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I think that the Vikings, need to hold on to the football and keep their keep scoring. I think their defense is playing really well for where they've been put at on the field.
And
Yeah.
it's one offensive touchdown. They gave up like they just gave up a touchdown after that big pass where the guy was wide open.
Yeah, what do you think they need to do there to save from that?
Just keep less turnovers and just keep the ball more.
Yeah, I think, just keeping the simple mistakes, like non-existent. They need to just focus on the fundamentals, and I think they'll be okay. Anything else, Asher?
No.
Welcome back. After the first half, Vikings trail by 6, 20-14. As now going into the third quarter, the Vikings will receive kickoff from the Wasatch Wasps.
Let's see if the Vikings and score a big play again.
Vikings in the first half had 3 turnovers, not so great, not looking the best after having some injuries on the offensive line and defensive. They're still looking to come out strong here in the third quarter, as we will see what they can put up.
42 to K. Turned by Ethan Passy.
Off to the left, to the races, comes down at about the 4.
See if the Vikings can keep their pass game going. That's what they've scored their 2 touchdowns on. Adam Wright and Landon Forrest Pointer, just pretty much the same route on both of the touchdowns.
As Connor Yarbara finds the field again after taking a little bit of a break in the second quarter. Rocky Wilcox goes in motion off to the left, calls for the ball, looking back, screen. An open path for about 5 yards there.
The screen pass. Connor Ibarra drops back, pump fakes, lasers it into Rocky Wilcox, but he could not hang on to that one. It's 3rd and 6 for the Vikings. Drew Jensen at running back, Connor Ibarra at quarterback. Trips right. Ibarra hands it off to Drew Jensen. Doesn't get really anything there. Got about a yard, and it's 4th down.
I think that's something that we talked about a little bit earlier. I mean, the run game for Pleasant Grove is strong, but at the same time, Pleasant Grove is so good at passing, and they can pass deep when they really have to. And especially amazing as well as Connor Ibarra now rolling out to the right. Connor Ibarra looking deep to Carter Wilkes. Carter Wilkes not being able to catch.
Carter Wilkes was on a full sprint there, but Wasatch holds them. Joseph Bradley in the backfield, number 23 in I-back formation. They're blitzing 5. Bradley keeps it up the middle. Gets rocked. Like he was holding against Wasatch. That will be 1st and 15. Not sure who the holding is on. Who the holding was on Wasatch, but brings them back 5. Actually, sorry, brought him back 10. Number 9. The quarterback, Joseph Bradley, keeps it. Gets about 5 there. Second and 15. Two receivers on each side. Running back in the backfield, number 23. Number 9, Joseph Bradley drops back. And Dexton Nuttall gets a pass interference call there, but looks like there's a pass interference on Dexton Nuttall. I didn't see anything on the replay there. Looks like it was good. Not sure what the ref saw. Oh, nope. PI on the play. Number 0, Dexton Nuttall.
As the Wasps now being able to have so much momentum, being able to bring it down the field as Bradley has been able to look deep and get it off.
It was this to number 6, Cash Combs. But he's just making an impact on those screen passes in this game. And Ryder Huntsman there on the tackle. Looks like a gain of about 1 or. See if the Vikings can hold him here. Lance Simpson. Looks like it's gonna be there. 2x2. I back. So go to the ground game here. Wrapped up in the backfield by Derek Brinton. Good tackle by Derek. Good open field tackle by Derek Brinton, a junior on this Vikings team. Bradley keeps it. That's a big gain for Wasatch. He slides and gets another Wasps first down. Jackson Mortensen almost there, but just couldn't get him. Wasps are driving. Trips to the left side. Screen pass. Ryder Huntsman picks it off. That's huge for the Vikings. The Vikings get the ball back. 20-14. Throw there, and Ryder just reads it perfectly.
And see, that's why we have Ryder on the defensive side of the ball. You know, he's a great wide receiver last week with 4 touchdowns. That's why we have.
Yeah, Ryder has some great hands. He can catch on both sides of the ball. Ryder comes up huge here, and he's going back out on offense now. Right. Screen pass to Ethan Passy.
And Ethan Passy has done a lot for this team, not only on offense but on defense as well. Like, he is out here. A lot of the Vikings play. Seen Ryder Huntsman, Ethan Passy, Adam Wright even getting a touchdown today. Phenomenal work from the Vikings currently.
2nd and 6 for the Vikings. Land a force pointer and keeps it. It's pretty close to a first down. That's enough.
Connor not spending much time in the usually doesn't on some of these offensive plays. Really likes running that football.
See if they just run it up the gut here or what. Run to Tavake Wolfgram. Looks like he has enough for the first. Let's see where they swallow the ball. 4th and on the left. 2 receivers on the right, or tight end and single receiver, Ryder Huntsman on the right. 2 receivers on the left. Oh, snap. He escapes. He's running. Gets swallowed up by the Wasps.
That's what the Vikings need to do better here. There's been multiple times where the snaps have just gone over the quarterback's head, whether it's
Drake Stanley.
Yeah, either one of them. It's gone over their heads, and our centers need to be better, or the Viking centers need to be better at really getting that ball to them, so then we're not risking that fumble.
Got that ball back, it turned the ball over for us. The Wasatch Wasps on 31 going to the right. Set them up in pretty good field position. Joseph Bradley drops back, looking for, throws a pick. 2 just in the last, like about a minute and a half. Bo Goodman celebrates there, and as he should.
As he should. Bo Goodman, such a key piece to this team. One of the most important players on this team as a senior as well. Just snags that ball straight out of the air.
I've seen it for myself playing JV. He's always encouraging and just such a good asset to the team.
They're out here with Connor Ibarra at quarterback.
Connor drops back. Throws it to Landon Forrest Pointer. Should be about 2nd and 1 for the Vikings.
Landon having a pretty good game here. Had a touchdown in the first half. And now here, a couple yards pickup. Playing some pretty good ball as a freshman. Starting varsity. As a sophomore, sorry, excuse me.
Looks like he has enough for a first there. Yeah, he does. Actually, sorry. That was Tavake Wolfgram. Tavake Wolfgram now comes out, and Cohen Bose is in. Connor Ibarra shotgun, trips to the right, drops back. Looking for Ryder Huntsman. Ryder through his hands. That would have been a huge play for the Vikings, but couldn't hold on to it there.
Fantastic defense right there by the Wasps, being able to stop Ryder, who's not an easy guy to stop. Like I said earlier in this game, Ryder had 4 touchdowns last game against Spanish Fork. No, Spanish Fork, right?
Yes.
4 touchdowns against Spanish Fork. Crazy. Phenomenal athlete. So that's a good stop. Ibarra out of the pocket. Runs out of bounds. Probably smart play by Ibarra there.
Doesn't look like he gets anything on that one. It's 3rd and 10 for the Vikings. Yeah, Ryder Huntsman, as you were saying.
He doesn't only play football either. He plays baseball too. Baseball.
That was to Cohen Vos. That was a first down. I'm not sure what happened on the end of that play, but looked like they were playing
pretty dirty over there.
Yeah, pretty dirty. Pressure, rolls out to the left and gets tripped up. By number 58.
Braxton Huber right there. Getting that half a sack, really just putting his head down and getting to it.
Yeah, it's 2nd and 20 for the Vikings. That's a loss of 10. Connor just couldn't escape.
O-line got to step up here, especially.
Trips to the left side. Drew Jensen in motion. Ryder Huntsman.
That's what I'm talking about. Ryder Huntsman has those hands. We've talked about it countless times tonight, and we're just going to see it even more this year and next. Like, throw him the ball and he'll catch it. That's what it feels like sometimes.
I think he started varsity, actually. Really, really athletic player, playing multiple sports.
I think that's what we're hoping to see out of Landon over here. Being able to progress the way Ryder did. As we see
Carter Wilkes with the
Wilkes
touchdown.
going in for the touchdown.
Great pass by Connor Ibarra right in there. The defense thought he dropped it, but the defense just got caught off guard, and Carter walks in.
Great find right there by Connor Ibarra. To be able to just drop that right in his hands.
Carter Wilkes is also a junior like Ryder. They both have excelled on the Vikings.
A lot of these juniors are getting a ton of playing time because this Vikings squad is hurt with a lot of injuries right now. Donovan Delaney out for the season with an ACL tear. Same as Spencer Hafoko, two seniors who are very valuable assets to this squad.
Yeah, Joaquin Oberhansley to kick. Looks like there was a flag on the Vikings because the ball is getting backed up. It looks like it was the delay of game.
It's the second delay of game that the Vikings had on a extra point. And Joaquin is a great kicker. You know, he's captain on soccer, junior last year, going to be a senior. Really, a really nice, valuable asset to have on this squad is a good kicker.
Kick is up, and it's good for Joaquin. That's a good kick. Drake Stanley with the hold. Pleasant Grove is up 21-20 with 2 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Pleasant Grove really stepped up on that drive. Thought they didn't have it for a second. Had a scary 3rd and 10, but came back and got that first down and ended up getting that touchdown. Connor Ibarra really stepping up right there. That O-line, like I said, needed to step up, and they did. They gave Connor that time to give out that ball and for us to score that touchdown, make it 21-20.
It was honestly huge for the Vikings, a huge momentum flipper, I feel like. Just, that was huge by the offense, and Carter Wilkes with that catch. Amazing run and catch.
What could be even bigger right here is a stop on defense. Let's see what the Viking boys can do.
Aiden Carrera to kick.
Aiden Carrera also plays soccer, also a captain with Joaquin. Phenomenal player. Another valuable asset to have on this squad. Multiple soccer players out here. Except when you kick
Like
like
it was
that.
a squib kick, and he fumbles it down on the 20. I think that was intentional.
I think that was intentional.
By Coach LePan. Joaquin with the squib kick. It did the Vikings really well, and the Wasatch Wasps, have it on the 20. Actually, the 19. Ryder Huntsman back out there on defense. Let's see if he can do it again. They run it to number 23. Gets to the outside and out of bounds. Ethan Passy forces him out of bounds. Looks like it's about an 8-yard gain for the Wasps. They've been running a lot with number 23, Ben Brand. He's been a pretty big asset to the Wasps this game. Quarterback keep running to the right. Left.
Ethan Passy got there so quick, being able to get that quarterback down pretty fast.
That was actually Joseph Bradley, number 9. The quarterback kept it. Ethan Passy with the tackle. Third and 7 for the Wasps. Vikings crowd is loud. Looks like it's going to be incomplete to Cash Combs. That'll force a fourth. Wasps punt team is coming out to punt.
Huge, absolutely huge defensive defense by the Vikings. Like I said, getting a stop was more important than that touchdown right there. This stop right here sets us up. Hopefully being able to get another touchdown right here.
Yeah, big punt. Fair catch, Dexton Nuttall. Down at the 42, going to the left.
Smart play by Dexton there. Dexton is super valuable asset. Another one of those just gritty guys, locker room guys, really able to get this team hype.
Yeah, Dexton is a captain for the Vikings. He's a really valuable asset. He's a leader on and off the field. Can't say it enough. He's a really good player. Just a really good guy. Connor Ibarra, Drew Jensen in the backfield. Tight end on the left. It's a keep. Connor Ibarra fakes the jet sweep, and he's brought down. That was a chippy play by the Wasps. Looks like they were trying to take off Connor's helmet.
Yeah, definitely was not the safest play by the Wasps out there. Fans wanted a flag. Looks like they're not going to throw one.
Looks like it's 2nd and 14 here. Let's hope the Vikings can get first here. Trips to the right. Corbin Robbins in at running back. He's also a sophomore. Savake Wolfgram, 2-back. Connor Ibarra drops back, feeling pressure, missteps, and he is sacked by number 58.
See, the O-line's got to step up again. We just lost 20-plus yards on that drive, on those just 2 plays.
Yeah.
Connor either got to get the ball off faster or got to make a decision faster, and our O-line really needs to be able to hold it for a couple more, like just a second longer.
Trey Weber, George Scholl, and Harvey Roundy are all sophomores on the right side of this offensive line. Trey is the center, George right tackle, and Harvey right guard. Connor Ibarra rolls out. He's throws to Ryder Huntsman, connects for a pass.
Great
Got about
play.
20 yards on that play just from Connor scrambling.
Got those 20 yards back. Connor had plenty of time right before that to throw. Decides not to, didn't find an opening, so he just scrambled and, got the best out of it. Looking like a little Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson action out there from Connor Ibarra, this young junior.
It's 4th and 8 for the Vikings. See what they decide to do as the 3rd quarter time expires, start of the 4th. See if the Vikings decide to punt here. Looks like they will. Lining up in an seems to be an odd formation. Cohen Vose to snap. Derek Brinton to punt. To punt, Derek Brinton. To return. Pretty high kick by Derek. And tripped up by number 1, Tavake Wolfgram, with a nice shoestring tackle. around the ankles. That's a good tackle by Tavake. That will set the Vikings up on defense with good position to defend. The Wasatch Wasps not as good for offensive position. Sorry. Down at the 14, going to the left. Number 9, Joseph. Oh, a flag on the play. Let's see what this is. Looks like a false start on the offense. That will bring them back 5.
Not great field position for the Wasps over here. Joseph Bradley's got to step up on quarterback, see what he can do, and lead this offense.
Joseph Bradley. It's a run to the left side. Pretty good run for about maybe 2 or 3.
Yards are yards in football as long as you can get a couple yards.
Yeah, that's so true. Even college teams will just like run the heck out of the ball, and if they can get 3 or 4 yards every play, they can excel. Joseph Bradley dropping back, pass intended to Adam Wright's receiver, number 6, Cash Combs, was incomplete. 3rd and 12 for the Wasps. Ought to be looking to pass on 3rd and 12. I wouldn't guess to run, but let's see if they just play it safe or throw it. Number 9, Joseph Bradley, has thrown 2 interceptions this second half. Let's see if they decide to throw it. Joseph Bradley drops back. Looking. He's escaping. And gets out of bounds, but not much there. The Vikings hold him. Looks like Wasatch is in the Vikings punt return and punt team is coming out on the field. Good stop by the Vikings defense. The Vikings punt really set up the Vikings for good defensive position. To return, Dexton Nuttall punting out of the end zone. He catches it. He's going, and he looks like that looked like a horse collar to me. Looks like he's hurt. He's a little slow to get up. Vikings on the 40.
Looks like it could be a horse collar. Dexton on the ground for a little bit longer. Needed some time to get up right there. Let's see what's going on here.
Yeah, not good to see. Dexton Nuttall, one of the key players on the Vikings defense. See if he's okay. Looks like Sam Johnson is back in at center for the Vikings. Senior. He's a senior. Actually, Sam Johnson at tackle, looks like. And Trey Weber at center. Garner Ibarra, handoff to Corbin Robbins. Doesn't get much there. Gets about 2 or 3.
I think PG's biggest need right now is to run up this left. So if you don't score right here, it's not the end of the world. But if you do score right here, it gives you a little bit of a gap. And also, you know, fourth quarter, when you score in the fourth quarter, it makes a lot more difference than when you score in the first.
Run to Cohen Vos to the right and outside. Pretty much wide open run. That's about a 15-yard run by Cohen Vos.
Cohen Vos just pushing his way through, found a little gap, and was able to get it all the way up to about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, the lineman really executed a wall for Cohen to run to the right, pretty much untouched.
We've been talking about how they needed a step up game, and they did right there, getting Cohen a nice gap to get those yards that we needed. Ooh, almost fumbled.
Adam Wright.
Adam Wright juggles it, but
Yeah, Adam Wright on the jet sweep. Drew Jensen on that run. It looks like 2nd and 12 for the Vikings. Tavake Wolfgram subs in. Rocky Wilcox out. Looks like 2 running backs or I formation. 2 receivers on the left. Keep by Connor. Pitch to Adam Wright and fumbled. Wasatch Wasps ball. That's not a good sign for the Vikings. The Vikings defense back out on the field.
Couple plays, the possession is just changing, whether it's a fumble or an interception. We just saw 2 interceptions at the end of last quarter, and now we're seeing a fumble here, almost a fumble the last play, and Connor Ibarra has fumbled the ball about 3 times in this game. Vikings got to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, Adam Wright didn't look ready for that pitch to him there and just bubbled it. Joseph Bradley in the backfield. Quick pass, screen pass to the right.
And Wasatch's been running that screen pass like crazy today. But it's been working. It's been effective, so why stop if it's effective? Would like to see them keep using that and using it in different ways. Good job by Wasatch figuring out what works against this Vikings defense.
Yeah, Wasatch just has, I'm guessing they've ran that play over 20 times.
For sure.
And it's just been working.
Feels like every drive they're running that play at least once, maybe twice.
Run to number 23.
Then
Ben Brand. 2nd and 6 for the Wasps. Trips to the left side. Wasatch going left. Left to, or right to left, sorry. Good hard run by number 23. Ben Brand again. They've been pretty reliant on Ben Brand to keep running, and they just keep pounding the run game. Now it's 3rd and 3 for the Wasps. Joseph Bradley keeps it, but the Vikings hold him to a 4th down. It looks like 4th and 3. Doesn't get much there.
looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties over here. Please be patient with us. Hopefully you can still hear our voices. We'll still commentate this game as Wasatch punts off the ball.
Dexton Noto catches it, running to the right.
Catches it off the bounce. Gets to about the 33-ish.
It's a fairly good return from where Dexton caught that ball. I thought he was going to let it go, but surprised me by taking that. Looks like our stream is back on there. We're having a little technical difficulties. Connor Ibarra under center. Carter Wilkes and Ryder to the left. Running to Tavake Wolfgram. Breaks outside to the right. Looks like a big gain by Tavake here. Looks like a gain of about 9 on first down. That's a good play by the Vikings. Vikings executing in the run game here. As we saw, just barely Tavake running to the right, and Cohen Vos the same thing just last drive. Another run. Tavake gets the first down on 2nd and 2. First down for the Vikings. Tavake Wolfgram being subbed out. Looks like Cohen Vos is in. Connor Ibarra under center. Cohen Vos in the backfield. Another run to Cohen. Another run by the Vikings. Picks up about 3 there. Second and 8 for the Vikings. Carter Wilkes on this very far left side. Rocky Wilcox at tight end. Ryder Huntsman in motion. Connor Ibarra. Fake jet sweep. Pass out to Cohen Vos for another Vikings first down.
This Vikings offense really cooking right here. Getting some good yardage. Connor stepping up here. And obviously Coach getting some. Love to see it from the Vikings. Let's see what else they can do here as they get into Wasatch territory.
That's a good run by Cohen Vos. That's another Vikings first down. That's a huge run. Vikings just running out the clock here with 5 minutes and 15 seconds left.
Cohen Vos right down the middle. We're talking about how the O-line needed to step up, and we've talked about the O-line a lot, actually, and they've really just bullied their way through there as Wasatch calls a timeout.
Yeah, Wasatch called that timeout because the Vikings are just running the heck out of the ball there.
Definitely a much-needed timeout from Wasatch. If they didn't call a timeout, the time was just going to run slowly out, and Wasatch needs to do something here. They need to get a stop. That's really all they can do right now, actually, is just get a stop. Get a stop and at least a field goal. Run up the clock a little bit.
Vikings with another first down. They'll probably just keep running the ball unless they need a first down, but I think they'll stick with the run game. 5:15 left. Joaquin warming up to kick on the sideline. Let's see if they just keep running the ball, if they'll use him to kick a field goal. Wasatch burned one of their timeouts. Ryder and Carter on this right side. Rocky Wilcox tight end on the left. Cohen Vos in the backfield. Bo Goodman in motion, and there's a flag on the play.
Let's see what these refs give them.
Bo Goodman coming out. Also looks like Drew Jensen subbing out. Cohen Vos in. Rocky Wilcox, subbing in.
Rocky, another one of those huge assets on this team. Been on the team since he was a freshman, I believe. Big dude. If you've ever seen him, he's like 6'3", almost 200 pounds of pure muscle.
Yeah, he's another leader on this Vikings team. He's a senior.
Cohen Vos. Doesn't get much yardage right there.
Yeah, I think the Vikings are just running the clock.
Trying to get the clock down. Wasatch still has 2 more timeouts that they can use. Pleasant Grove also has 3. So lots of stoppages of the clock is probably going to happen.
Yeah, it looks like Tavake,
High
Connor
snap.
Ibarra looking to Tavake. Connor Ibarra sacked behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like that's a loss of about 5.
Talking about that O-line again. I feel like the O-line always comes up. Connor either needs to get that off faster or the O-line needs to really step up and hold and let Connor get a little bit more time in the pocket. Feels like Connor's getting out of the pocket so soon. Not much options for Connor. Receivers is another thing. Receivers need to make some plays out there. And really get open for Connor. Connor doesn't have any options, it feels like right now.
Yeah, Connor was looking everywhere on that play. Couldn't find anyone. Timeout for the Vikings. Didn't like what we saw there. We just ran out about a minute of the clock. That was really good by the Vikings, but just call a timeout.
But no.
Connor Ibarra, shot, drops back, looking to pass, looking, and that's
Whoa.
incomplete, intended for
Landon, it looks like, yeah. Landon couldn't hang on to that.
it's a pretty good ball by Connor, just couldn't hold on to that one.
Fun fact about Landon, guys, if you didn't know, he's actually Australian. Australians playing football here at PG. Actually crazy. I did not know that until a couple weeks ago. He's a cool dude. An insane football player for only being a sophomore.
Yeah, Landon, exceptional for being a sophomore. Empty backfield. Another timeout by the, I'm pretty sure it was by the Vikings. Yeah, by the Vikings. Not sure why we called a timeout there, but.
Vikings taking another timeout, wasting their timeouts. Really, they need to keep their timeouts for when they're on defense, I feel like. Clock right now.
No, the Vikings, it's 4th and 18 here. Not sure what they're going to do. Might bring on Joaquin to kick. Looks like he's staying on the sideline. Not sure. Looks like they'll go for it here. The Vikings really need a first down to be able to run this clock out.
You think Joaquin could kick from there?
I think he could, yeah. I've seen him do it in practice.
He does it in practice?
Yeah. I've seen him and TJ Ashby make them in practice from this far.
Well, it looks like Connor's not. It looks like they're going to try it.
Oh, looks like the Vikings are going to punt.
Punting.
Looks like they're just going to try to pin him back. Derek Brinton to punt. This is a sky kick. And that one rolls out of the back of the end zone. 3 minutes and 42 seconds left on the clock. Vikings really need to hold them here. Vikings only up by 1. Didn't want to risk kicking that, because if Joaquin would have missed, would have gave Wasatch the ball about on the 39. See what Wasatch comes out here with. Number 12, closest to us. Ike Mitchell, we've heard his name a few times tonight. Joseph Bradley, quarterback. Handoff to number 23. Ben Brand, we've seen him a lot tonight. Drifts to the right side. Bradley rolling out, using his feet, making people miss. He's escaping to the right. That's a huge gain by Joseph Bradley. using his feet to get a first down. Clock's running.
Great play by Joseph Bradley, being able to find that gap and just run through it in that quarterback keep, scrambling. Really doing anything to be able to get those yards right there, Joseph Bradley. He's a quick guy standing at like 5, which is actually very small for a quarterback.
Well, yeah, it looks like he's really small, but I feel like this is really good.
Yeah, he's got a decent arm. He can throw it pretty far. Kind of reminds me of a Kyler Murray type of player. Really quick, but when he needs to throw it, he's got that cannon.
See what they come out with here. Joseph Bradley, number 23 behind him. Dubs, 3rd and 12, sorry.
Chase Polson, I believe. Oh, excuse me.
Jackson Mortensen.
Jackson Mortensen.
Vikings, only a junior, has another year. Another screen pass. And he doesn't get there. That's a 4th and 11. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left. This is a huge stop for the Vikings.
And it's really more often, and who can convert. Both defenses is playing very good right now. Vikings defense carrying them in this situation really quickly. 4th and 11, like it's pretty good.
Yeah, Michael a bit fast. I don't think he had as much time as he wanted to, and Vikings just get a tackle and they only get one. So 1 yard on that play. It's 4th and 11. I would think the Wasps are gonna have to go for it here. Only 2 minutes and 5 left on the clock. The Wasps are down by 1. Number 6, watch for Cash Combs. I'm going to try to target Cash. He's been a huge factor in this game. He's a wide receiver and free safety, 6'2", 185. Let's see if he can use his height. Bradley drops back, rolls to the right, looking for Cash. Like I said, Dexton Nuttall with a D, and Cash Combs couldn't get there. Dexton Nuttall, the captain for the Vikings, forces an incompletion.
Dexton is hype, and Ethan Passy hyping him up on that sideline. Great stop by the Vikings, being able to get it already in Wasatch territory. 1st and 10.
I think the Vikings will just kneel it out here. Wasatch might call a few timeouts, but I think we'll just stick to the run game and kneel it out.
Both PG and Wasatch only have 1 timeout left. Really close game. Pleasant Grove, absolute incredible defense this game. Offense, I'm not gonna lie, we have seen better from this Vikings offense. Last week against Spanish Fork, this Vikings offense was going crazy.
Yeah,
absolute flares.
I think Wasatch has fumbled by Cohen Vose. Oh no, number 10. Cohen Vose fumbles. This is huge for the Wasps with 1 minute and 50 seconds left. The Vikings thought they had it and just give the ball back to the Wasps.
Ashton Nord with a big hit, able to grab that. And Cohen Vose just couldn't hold on to that ball. Absolutely terrible for the Vikings.
Cohen Vose just bobbled it off the line.
Good thing that the Vikings defense is playing really good right now. We're going to have to see that right here.
As you can hear, the Vikings crowd getting really loud. Let's hope the Vikings can stop them here.
The Vikings small crowd, telling you, this crowd is not very big for the Vikings.
Joseph Bradley drops back. Pass to number 6, Cash Combs. Doesn't get a first there. The clock's running. Let's see if Wasatch will take a timeout.
Joseph Bradley's going to be finding Cash Combs for the rest of this 4th quarter probably. Really, he's their bet. Cash Combs, insane player. Best receiver from what I've seen so far.
Joseph Bradley rolling out to the right. Almost sacked. Throws. dropped
Almost picked off.
by Jake Bills. I thought he had the pick there. Just dropped it. That would have been huge, huge, huge for the Vikings.
Telling you, both of these defenses are playing out of their minds right now. This is an incredible game to watch.
Joseph Bradley has already thrown 2 interceptions in this second half. He almost had a third one there, got lucky.
He was using his speed to his advantage and just let go of the ball. Like we talked about, he's a very fast player. Let's see what Joseph Bradley does on this play.
Joseph Bradley, quick.
Drops it.
Drops it out of bounds.
Cash Combs
That
drops
is
the football.
4th and 1 for the Wasps. Let's see if the Vikings can hold them here. That would be huge for the Vikings. The Vikings would just be able to kneel out the clock. Wasatch has one more timeout, but it wouldn't matter if the Vikings can stop them here.
Dex is absolutely locking down Cash Combs. Great player. Both of them are an incredible matchup to watch as Cash Combs goes to the other side in motion.
Yeah, looks like they're sending him away from Dex. Dexton has locked him down, sending him to Adam right side. Adam is also a very good corner. Trips to the right side. Looks like, I'd guess, Bradley's roll out to the right, looking for Cash Combs, and it's batted down! And the Vikings with a turnover on downs. Looks like the Vikings will just have to kneel this one out. Huge
Pleasant
play.
Grove. Absolutely insane defense from Pleasant Grove right there. Love seeing Dex being able to stop that catch twice in this fourth quarter. Great stops by him. Our D-line being able to block that pass right there. Adam Wright locking down Cash Combs on the opposite side when they put him in motion. Just absolutely incredible defense coming from this Viking squad that we have loved to watch this entire season.
Holy cow, this was so close to the very end. The Vikings just kneeling it out with Carney Barr here. Looks like we'll only have to kneel it about once or twice. Looks like the Wasps will take a timeout here with 1:14 left. I'm not sure that will do anything, but
Wasatch, it's their only option, their last timeout they have. Hypothetically, if Wasatch were to do something, what would they have to do to win this game?
I think they'd have to make a Connor fumble, which I think is very unlikely. I think if he'll just kneel it and hold onto the ball for his life, he'll be fine. They'll only have to run it, kneel it about twice.
Yeah. Absolutely incredible defense from this Viking squad. Really stepped up. Dex, captain of this Viking squad, like, not much you can say about him other than he has balled out today. Not just Dex, but Adam Wright. Adam Wright on both sides of the ball, getting our first touchdown this evening, and also stopping Cash Combs on that side, and number 12.
This has been absolutely huge game for the Vikings to stop the Wasps. It's been a close game all the way through, 21-20. 1:10 left. The Vikings will just have to kneel it again. It's 3rd and 14 for the Vikings, but it doesn't matter. Looks like they'll just have to kneel it out. This is Wasatch's homecoming, and this is a huge game for the Vikings to stop them. Looks like the fans have already been clearing out for Wasatch, as we can see on the camera. Looks like Carter Wilkes in the backfield here. It doesn't really matter because Connor will have to just kneel it again, and that will be the game.
Pleasant Grove with the win against Wasatch, moving them to what, 2-2?
Yeah, 2-2 for region.
2-2 for region. Wasatch, not sure what their record is. I believe it's...
Yeah, we're 2-1 for region right now. That makes us actually 3-1 for region.
3-1 for region.
3-5 overall.
Wasatch makes them 1-3 for region, 3-4.
This was an absolute huge game for the Vikings. Just that defensive stop at the end by Dexton Nuttall. They were trying to target Cash Combs there, but just couldn't hit him.
Vikings absolutely cooked on defense today. Not much you can say other than great work from especially Dax and Adam Wright on both sides of the ball. I've said that multiple times. Ryder Huntsman really had a big part in this offense, having multiple first downs, tons of yards. What else you got?
Yeah, Connor, I feel like highlight point out is to Connor Ibarra. Connor really stepped up this game without having lots of O-line. He rolled out, handled the pressure well, and did great for the Vikings with, I think, 3 touchdown passes.
O-line looked a little bit choppy in that first half. Some points in the second half they went back to that, but great work from them, honestly. At the end of that game, O-line really stepped up, and there was multiple plays where Cohen Vose was able to go and, get a couple yards, find that gap multiple times, get first downs, and get us close into the red zone, into the touchdown zone. Our O-line, we haven't seen them play this good of football since last week or ever. This is probably the best football I've seen our O-line play. And Connor getting the most time in the pocket I think I've ever seen him get in some of these. Shout out to Connor also for being able to scramble and really work on what he's been struggling on. Seeing that he's improving is a huge thing for this Viking squad. He just honestly has perfect amount of time in the pocket when that O-line does their job right.
Yeah, the Vikings, I feel like, have really, really improved their defense and offense and special teams, all of it. This is a huge game, winning and beating Wasatch at their homecoming game with lots of momentum coming into this game the Wasatch Wasps had, but Vikings win 21-20.
Absolutely incredible game. So happy for these boys and getting that win. Vikings put up a good fight. We thought Wasatch had it for a second. Vikings came back last minute, won by 1 point. Absolutely incredible game to watch. Thank you guys for tuning in to PGSN. I'm Owen Jorgensen.
And I'm Cade Walcott.
We'll see you guys next time.